Living every day in your head for free. You can tap away, but I will not hear you scream. You can break your keys, spread your toxicity, your world outside reality. In your room, a little hideaway, but you let it through. Enough to go insane. Living in the dark hasn't treated you well. You're building your own prison cell. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Did I brush you off? Is it your lack of friends? We never met, even if you pretend. Am I in your debt? I don't owe you nothing. Don't say something you'll regret. Hey, wait, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Hate, rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it on me. Rage, don't waste it on me. Spite, lies telling you, don't waste it. I'm telling you, don't waste it. Lies telling you, don't waste it on me. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn it out. Sell 'em to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To play, hate is face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill
Welcome to the Throttle Up Racing Network. Tonight we're with the Pelican Snowball's Superspeedway Series. And tonight we are at iRacing Superspeedway. We're in the Cup cars. Keith Miller quickest in practice. And then number 30, Will Witt second. Steve Loving. And then number 27, third quickest. Tony Brennan, the 65, fourth quickest, and Nick Mather, he's fifth quickest right now. As we go into qualifying, we'll see who the first on track. Josh Hall sitting at the end of pit road. Tony Brennan, he'll roll out on track. As we're getting up to speed, let's take a look at our point standings. You got the 8 in green that have moved on to the second round. Colin Williams, Logan Hagerman, Todd Mays, Josh Hall. All into this round. James Kunkel, Kyle Mays, Keith Miller, Zach McBride will all make it through into the second round. Tony Brennan, only car that's gotten across the line to make a lap. 46.66 the time for the number 65 car. Colt Kinsey had a incredible win from him last week. Come up on the third lane out of nowhere for Mr. Colton Kinsey to get it done last week. Fantastic run for the number 54. Tony Brennan, he'll take the top spot back from Eddie Morris. Brian Merle Jr., he'll come around. Third quickest. Colton Kinsey will move up to second. Mick Olafson and the number 75. Currently fifth quickest. Josh Hall still getting up to speed. Logan Hagerman will come around. Trying to set a fast lap. Sylvan Seguin, the number 66, out there on track as well. Getting up speed. James Kunkel and number 48. Such speed around the bottom lane. Kunkel getting all the way down on the flat as he comes back onto the front stretch. He'll move up to 5th quickest. Josh Hall now moves to the pole, the number 81. Fantastic run for the number 81, Kyle Mays. He's up to 10th quickest in the number 55. TJ Floyd up to 10th now as Kyle Mays moves up to 4th quickest. Keith Miller in the number 30. Hanging on to 11th spot. Todd Mays, the number 25, he's out there 13th as Dave Wright will move up to 11th and drops Todd Mays back to 14th quickest. Mark Shaver's 15th right now. Colin Williams getting up to speed and out on track. Derek Chapu as well. The number 37, Will Witt, the 35. He's getting up to speed. TJ Floyd moves up to 8th quickest. Nick Mather getting up to speed as well. So we've got a lot of guys out on track right now. Todd Mays completes his second lap, moves up to 4th quickest. Mark Shavers, second fast here today at the iRacing Superspeedway. Dave Wright in the 84, currently 11th quickest. Cody Morgan's out there in the number 52 car. Will Witt trying to get a fast lap on his second time around. He'll maintain 16th position. Colin Williams trying to gain speed, running the high lane and get as much momentum as he can. Slinging it down into turn 1. These corners are so tight and the straightaways are so long. Makes for some interesting crashes when guys go down into turn 1 and don't even realize that the rest of the field is already turning or already crashed, and they come in there full speed into that pretty tight corner. Nick Mather moves up to 6th quickest. Colin Williams now across the line. Second quickest for the number 17 of Colin Williams. Cody Moore trying to make a quick lap, running the bottom lane. That number 52. Steve Loving coming around as well, the number 27. Cody Moore crosses the line, 6th quickest for the number 52. Steve Loving will move up to 20th on the board. Got 24 cars scheduled to run here tonight. 20 have qualified, 4 choosing to start in the back. Steve Loving out of turn 4 down the front stretch. Let's see where he ends up. It looks like he's going to maintain 20th position with a 46.49. 18th, 19th, and 20th all run 46.49s. Everyone very similar speeds as we get going here. As we get ready to go to the grid. Our pole sitter will be Josh Hall in the number 81. As we get ready to go through your grid here for the Pelican Snowball Superspeedway Series. Your pole sitter, the number 81, Josh Hall. Starting in second position, the number 17 of Colin Williams. Starting in third, the number 15 car, Mark Shavers. In fourth starting spot is Eddie Morris in the number 8. Fifth starting spot, Todd Mays in the number 25 car. Sixth spot, Cody Moore in the number 52. Number 65 of Tony Brenner will roll off in seventh starting spot. Nick Mather, he'll start in 8th. Kyle Mays, he'll start 9th position tonight. Sylvan Seguin will round out our top 10. Brian Merle Jr., number 74, he'll roll off 11th. Colton Kinsey in the 54. He's going to start 12th position tonight. James Kunkel, the number 48, starts 13th. Dave Wright in the 84 starts 14th position. 15th, the number 49, TJ Floyd. 16th starting spot, the number 30 of Keith Miller. 17th spot, the number 7. You know him, you love him. It's Logan Hagerman. 18th spot, Mick Olofsson, the number 75. Will Witt, the number 35. He'll be starting 19th position. Steve Loving in the number 27. He'll roll off in a 20th in that beautiful Coca-Cola Zero car. And the number 53 of Carl Burke. He'll start 21st. And Derek Chaput in the 37. He'll round out our field in a 22nd position. Oh, already in the wall for Derek. A little bit too much gas. So we await the green flag. 60 laps here at the iRacing Superspeedway. Josh Hall will lead us around. Colin Williams up on the outside pole. Field gets stacked in tight. Pace car off the grid and down the pit lane. 52 of Cody Moore lays back quite a bit there in the 6th position. A big gap in front of the 52 to the 8, but we go green. Josh Hall will lead us off. Colin Williams drops to the inside. The 15 of Mark Shavers hits the apron and bounces back up, but everyone able to continue. The top two get a little bit of a lead over the rest of the field. Everyone up to speed. Guys trying to get the outside lane working. The number 8 of Eddie Morris. Leader of the outside lane, the 74. He'll gets down on the apron and checks up the inside lane. The 16 of Nick Mather. He's able to move down, as well as Cody Moore in the 52. They all get around the number 8 of Eddie Morris. And we've got some cars zigzagging left and right to try and get to the front. Cody Moore and Kyle Mays are on the move. Cody Moore up to third position. He's going to work with Josh Hall to try and get around Colin Williams down in the bottom lane. The 15 of Mark Shavers. He gives a big push to the 17. Cody Moore, Kyle Mays working together. And a big push from the 55 as they go down into turn 1. The 52 of Cody Moore going to drop to the inside and reel in those leaders. These guys have worked well together all season long. Josh Hall, Colin Williams, and Cody Moore in the top 3 right now. They're going to try and ride there for a while, I'm sure. Mark Shavers is in the 4th spot. The 55 of Kyle Mays. They get single file. Todd Mays, Tony Brennan, all single file as well, just behind him. Oh, the 55 of Kyle Mays hit the inside apron and bounced up the track. He's going to drop some spots here. Now back to 10th as they're 3 wide down the front stretch to 35. He moves up behind the 74, and everyone gets around Kyle Mays. He's going to drop all the way back to 18th position from where he was running in 5th. So a big move there for the 55 as he hits the apron and drops several positions. And he is one of our playoff contenders. He and Keith Miller behind him in the number 30. Dave Wright, TJ Floyd, 9th and 10th working to try and get in the line and catch these leaders. They're 3 wide right behind them. The 35 of Will Witt on the outside trying to push the 65 of Tony Brennan up the grid, but not going to work as Will Witt will move to the inside lane. Josh Hall's dropped back to 3rd. Colin Williams and Cody Moore have worked together to get around the number 81. They're single file for the top 6. Trouble for the number 37. He is down the pit lane. Some early issues for Derek Chaput. Action up front is the 81 of Josh Hall. He moves to the outside around Cody Moore. He's trying to get this lead back away from Colin Williams. A side draft through the corner for the 81 of Josh Hall. He moves all the way up to the outside of the track. Eddie Morris trying to give a push down the backstretch. TJ Floyd in the 49 thought about moving up the middle. chose not to. Now the 8 of Eddie Morris will move to the outside, and the 81 of Josh Hall is going to be stuck in the middle with no help and nowhere to go. The 81 sinking like a rock from the pole position back to 13th now, as the 35 of Will Witt, he'll move to the inside. Issues early for the 81. Still trying to reel the field back in now. Eddie Morris starting to move backwards as well. He's dropped back to 10th now. A big run on the 54 who got loose. Oh, the 49 and the 54 get together. That looked like one of the playoff contenders. Todd Mays, I think he went through the wall. Let's back that up just a little bit more and see if we can figure out just what happens here. The 49 in the green car, the 54 in that Napa car in the middle. Oh, the 49 gets up into the outside wall, comes across the track, down into the 54. James Kunkel, he may have net cutted right through that. You see, it doesn't affect him. I think the 48 may have come through lucky in that one. 25, a lot of damage. He'll sling it into the pit lane. Most everybody gets through the 25. He does hit the inside wall pretty hard. Loses the nose on that car. So a 3-car incident, the 54, the 49, and the 25 involved in this first one. The 25 looks like he may have taken the most damage. He'll have to take his fast repair, and he does. So we'll see who up front chooses to come in and take fuel. Everybody down the pit lane. Todd Mays takes that fast repair. Everyone else comes down the pit lane. Nick Mather in the number 16. He's going to be the first car off the pit lane. So he'll gather the lead because I believe Todd Mays will have to move to the rear for pitting on a closed pit. Colin Williams, he'll be second. Cody Moore third. Mark Shavers fourth. And Will Witt, he's moved up from the rear of the field up to 5th position once they clear the 25. So 10 laps in. Let's see Todd Mays if he's going to be able to hold the lead or if they're going to move him to the rear. Should know as they cross the line here. And it may have been where he wrecked. He went on down the pit lane and took the fast repair. Now that would be legal. So that must have been what happened where he wrecked and got spun into the pit lane. He drove on down, took his fast repair, went ahead, took his pit service. Now that was a pretty brilliant move. No, now they're beginning to move him to the back. Todd Mays now moving to the rear of the field. Everyone moving around. And that was what we expected to see, pitting under a closed pit for the number 25. So he'll move all the way to the end of the longest line. So Nick Mather will be our control car. Nick Mather up front. Wait for the pace car to pull off, and we'll be going green once again here at the iRacing Superspeedway. Green flag for the number 16. Some of these cars getting squirrely throughout the field. '17 Colin Williams, he'll drop to the inside lane. Nick Mather will maintain the lead. Cody Moore second. Colin Williams up to third. And Will Witt in fourth. Now they go single file. On back through the field. Kyle Mays has made a nice recovery. Dropped back to 18th. Now he's up to 8th position. Single file throughout the front group. Top 10, all single file. Brian Merle Jr. trying to keep up with this group in front of him. Now behind him, they're starting to get single file as well. Carl Burke leading the second group. The number 53, he's 11th position. Now the 65 trying to take it to the outside. And as long as the leaders maintain a straight single file line, everyone else is going to have to stay single file to try and keep their position. But these guys are going to race. The 75 moves to the outside lane. Everyone trying to get around Carl Burke. A different strategy than we're used to seeing tonight from the number 27 of Steve Loving. This number 27 car, we're used to seeing it up front, leading the most laps in almost every race. But several times this season, he's been wrecked out towards the end of them. So this time, he's going to try and take the opposite approach, right around the back, and then try and be there at the end. Number 27 of Steve Loving. That's a name we'll have to remember for the end of this race. Currently sits in the 20th position. Up front, everyone's still running a single file line. The 52 comes up off the apron a little bit, off that yellow line, and creates a gap between first and second, 0.2 of a second. You see this second group back here. They are strung out. They're coming through the corner wide. Josh Hall in the number 81. And Eddie Morris in the 8. They're trying to get organized and try and run down the front group. Quite a bit of organization in the top 10 right now. Everyone on this back group trying to gain positions. And number 53 of Carl Burke on the outside. He's going to get passed by the 54 as they get close together there. '65 of Tony Brennan. He's up on the high lane. Not much help. Only the 75. There's about 5 or 6 car lengths behind him in the outside lane. The inside lane a little bit disorganized right now. Gaps throughout the field. The 54 gap in front of him and behind him as he's trying to reel in the group in front of him. Oh, and the 54, big shove, kind of hits him in the right rear. He's actually able to get enough of a run to get around the 53. Let's see if he moves back down to the inside lane. The 54 of Colton Kinsey trying to move around, leapfrogging car to car. Not going to work this time as the 53 of Carl Burke going to fill the hole on the inside lane. '65 of Tony Brennan going to take it 3 wide up on the outside. This lead group really starting to make some distance on the second pack as they are 5 seconds ahead of 11th position. And that gap is only growing larger. But now we see the 84 starting to try and make a move. The 35 behind him, no, he'll dip back down the inside lane. The 55 of Kyle Mays, let's see what he chooses to do as he's up on the outside. The 84 of Dave Wright. Now the whole front group, all of them trying to make moves. The 35 of Will Witt and the 15 of Mark Shavers trying to work together up on the outside lane. They'll now move back down to the inside. The 84 of Dave Wright, he'll jump up and try to get to the outside of Will Witt. Not going to be able to make it happen. Nick Mather leads another one. Cody Moore staying right behind him. Will Witt with a huge run to the outside of the 15. Kyle Mays trying to work with the 35 to move around on the outside lane, getting that 35 a little uneasy. With these guys racing, the second group is starting to reel these guys in. They've run them down about a half of a second. As these top 3 in the second group have formed a good line, everyone else behind them starting to try and get in a straight line as well. And they are slowly making their way back up to the lead group. They've now caught 3/4 of a second back up to the lead group as they are all trying to jockey for position. The 35 of Will Witt maintains his position up on the outside. 55 of Kyle Witt will drop down behind the 15. Just not able to get the outside line to work right now. Will Witt will drop back down to the inside. That time James Kunkel goes up along with Will Witt. They get a big run and take it to the outside. Just nowhere to go on these high bank corners. Well, let's take a moment during this green flag run to do something I like to call turn up the volume. Caution on the speedway. We've got a wreck on back in the pack. Tony Brennan goes around. We'll take a look at what happened. Tony Brennan tries to get the car going. The 65 looks like he gets up into the outside wall. Comes right down into the 54 of Colton Kinsey. The 37 of Derek Chaput has chosen to go into the inside or into the pit lane. As above him, the 65 and 54 go spinning. Oh, the 54 hits him again, so quite a bit of damage on the 65. Backs it hard into the inside wall. So we'll see who chooses to come in. We're almost to halfway. Nick Mather out front. Cody Moore in second. Colin Williams hanging on to third. Logan Hagerman's in fourth position. And Kyle Mays currently in fifth. Let's see who chooses to come down the pit lane. And everybody coming down to refuel the cars. Nobody wants to get lost out there on a different fuel strategy and then have the thing go green. Everybody getting a set of tires. Nobody fuel only. And the 16 of Nick Mather, he'll jump back out front as we see the rest of the cars pull off the track. Actually, right now, our leader is Derek Chaput in the number 37. We'll have to see. He's out in front of the pace car right now. He is currently your leader. Nick Mather first off the pit lane. Cody Moore in second. Colin Williams third off the pits. Kyle Mays and Mark Shavers up front. Logan Hagerman, Brian Merle Jr., Will Witt, James Kunkel, Josh Hall. All out there. And we see some damage on the right or on the left front of Josh Hall's car. Not sure how much that's going to affect him, but it does look like quite a bit of aero damage to the 81. The lights are off the pace car this time. When we come around to take the green flag, we will be at halfway tonight at the iRacing Superspeedway. Nick Mather will be the control car. Our biggest mover right now is Logan Hagerman. He's up 12 spots, and Will Witt, both up 12 positions from where we started. Carl Burke, he's up 11 positions. So got some guys who have made quite a few moves to move forward. Nick Mather's gained 7 spots to get the lead. Nick Mather will take us back to the green flag here in the Pelican Snowball Superspeedway Series. Cody Moore directly to the inside line, right with Kyle Mays. He'll drop down to the inside as well. These guys going to get back single file. Nick Mather, Cody Moore, Colin Williams, Kyle Mays, and Mark Shavers, your top 5. This field gone single file all the way through. Steve Lovings is leading a small second group, trying to not lose the draft. Will Witt and Carl Burke trying to make a move. Will Witt will jump back down to the inside. Everyone's staying in line behind Nick Mather, the 55 of Kyle Mays. He's trying to make a move up on the outside, but he'll drop down once again. Single file. These cars going about 235 miles an hour down the straightaways. The 81 of Josh Hall trying to move his way back up to the front of the group. Got separated from the front runners, and that damage on his left front is causing an issue. It's hard for him to be the lead car. If he can get behind another car and push, he would probably be okay. It looks to be just aero damage on that left front fender of the number 81, but he's going to slip all the way to the back of this lead group, back to 15th position, and drop down behind the number 84 of Dave Wright. He's going to have to try and stay in the draft. These last two cars have almost completely lost the draft. Will Witt back up on that outside lane, doing his best to try and get some to work, but it's just not working up there right now. This draft package on the Cup car, difficult. To get any momentum up on the outside lane. These big giant spoilers on the back of these cars. Several cars get spread out in through the corner. Brian Merle Jr. gets shuffled out to the outside lane. Will Witt gets a big run as the 48. Looks like he has an issue here. The 53 almost into the outside walls, the 35, but he's going to make his way through. He's now door to door with the 48 of James Kunkel for 7th position. He's not going to be able to get back down to the inside. Let's see if he can get behind the 25 now. Will Witt will drop down into 9th position. Mays trying to move to the outside of Kunkel, but the 35 of Witt will stay on the inside and push the 48. Now he's going to try and make it 3 wide. Not quite. James Kunkel able to maintain his position. Will Witt trying to push the 48. These guys have dropped about a second behind our leaders. The top 7 have the top 6 have pulled away a little bit as they're going to try and run them back down. You see the gap to the front group. from the inside of James Kunkel's car as he is trying to reel the front group back down. Nick Mathers still out front, the number 16. Cody Moore, Kyle Mays, Mark Shavers, and Logan Hagerman, your top 5, as Colin Williams has been pushed out of the top 5 back to 6th position now in the number 17. Logan Hagerman, he'll move to the inside of Mark Shavers. Shavers will now drop to the rear of the lead pack. And these top 6 are able to keep distance on 7th on back. Not really able to catch him. These guys, big pushes from the 35 of Will Witt down the front stretch as they are trying eagerly to catch the next group. We see the 27 of Steve Loving, his group that he's been leading around. They're starting to reel in this second group. He can get caught up into this pack, having a longer line may help. As you see, Colton Kinsey looks like he may have had an incident. Number 54. Let's see. Yeah, hits the outside. Oh, a hard hit for the 54. No caution, but he jumps to the pit lane. And no caution for the number 54's spin down the front stretch. Not sure. I think 27 and the 49, they're just outside of the reach of the draft in front of them. Just can't quite reel it in. And now those guys starting to pull away again. You can really see the gap now as they do begin to pull away. Second group trying their best to catch the front group, but the front group is pulling away. They are running a faster speed than the second group. We should still have to see green flag pit stops if we continue to go green to the end. We take a look at our pit strategy. Everyone's been out there for 14 laps. They run 19 laps on the last stint. Should be able to go about 23 or 24 laps here at the iRacing Superspeedway. So that's going to be around 10 to go. These guys are going to have to pit. But they can make it from here on one more pit stop. The second group now with a big run. They have reeled in the first group. Let's see what they do with the momentum they have. Will they choose to take it to the outside? And they will. The 84 straight to the outside. The 35 of Will Witt, he jumps to the bottom, and he's going to gain a lot of time. So now a single car line all the way back to 14th. 66, he dropped back a little bit there as he hit the apron. Logan Hagerman has moved his way up to second, gotten around the number 52, Cody Moore. Logan only needs one more spot to get the win. We'll see what everyone does. They go down the pit lane right here. The 16, he's in. A lot of guys down the pit lane. I think some of these guys may have sped there as they were. Well, we got one sideways back there. That looks like Todd Mays in the 25. He locks him up. Let's take a look back here. Let's see the 25 slide sideways, but let's take a look at Cody Moore and some of these guys as they were coming in the pit lane. And they have, right there's the commitment cone. They're locking it up. I don't know. That's going to be close. We'll have to see. Cody Moore, he's the last one off the pit lane. As our leaders go by on the outside, Logan Hagerman continues to lead us around. 12 cars on the lead lap. The 55 gets up in front as everyone was running the bottom lane, not giving much room to those that are trying to merge. And the 55, he comes up right in the middle of those guys. As now our leaders are diving down the pit lane. The 7, he's hard in. Everyone in. Looks like everyone gets down to speed pretty well for these guys. Steve Loving, he'll stay out to lead a lap. Tony Brendan's out there as well. Eddie Morris, Sylvan Seguin, Brian Merle Jr., all these guys still in the pit lane. One pulling out now. Hagerman, he's third off the pit lane. James Kunkel beats him out. Steve Loving, he'll head down the pit lane now as well. Oh, the 49. As he was trying to get down to speed, loses control hard into the inside wall. Tony Brennan, he comes down the pit lane too. So everyone now has pitted with only 11 laps remaining. Question is, where will Steve Loving come out? He knows that he needed a short pit stop to try and gain some spots here. Keith Miller, he'll come down the pit lane as well. So Steve Loving taking only enough fuel to make it, but that right there, when he comes out on the track, that's probably going to be an unsafe pit exit, as you've got to get all the way around to this blue mark. Right there, that blue line. So we'll have to see if the 27 gets a penalty for coming up on the track too early. And what a phenomenal strategy, as he is our leader and is 2 seconds ahead of James Kunkel. Doing his best to get up to speed. We'll see if the 27 has to take a pit road penalty. He's trying his best to get up to speed, but those three in front are running at such a speed. And I think he has caught the draft of the lead groups as Steve Loving has leapfrogged the field. Looks like he was able to avoid the penalty. Must not have come out on the track far enough to warrant a penalty. He will run back up to the lead group. So right now your leader is the 48 of James Kunkel. Behind him is Logan Hagerman in the number 7. That lead car is the number 37. And he is in 19th position. Last car on the lead lap. So he's trying to stay in front of the leader to maintain his lead lap in case there is a caution. The second group has now reeled in the first. Nick Mather, who's led a lot of this race, he's in that second group. He moves to the outside of Steve Loving. And with a big run down the backstretch, he'll try to clear the 27. He not quite there. The 27, he's going to be able to hold on to it. These guys go around the number 49 of TJ Floyd. Mather, Williams, and Moore trying to work together to make the outside lane work. They're continually trying the outside lane, but to no avail yet. The 27 of Steve Loving, he's going to try and move up. The 16 of Mather goes to the outside, and he'll put Steve Loving on the middle. Oh, Loving and Moore come together as Loving tries to jump into the outside lane. Cody Moore there on the outside. Moore bounces off the outside wall. And heavy damage at the 52. You see the nose. And we'll take a look at the rear. See the right rear damage from Steve Loving's car as they collide in the outside lane. And Josh Hall goes around with Tony Brennan. That'll bring out a caution. We're going to have a green-white checker. Oh, the 75 and the 81 trying to draft down the front stretch. Hits him on the right rear, hooks him around. The 81 of Josh Hall, his bad night continues as he catches the outside wall pretty hard. And even harder, I think, to the inside wall. A rough angle there for the 81. And the 65, who was just coming out of the pits. Nowhere to go for the 65. He gets hit. It looked like the 81 blew his engine through all that. Wasn't able to make it back to the pit lane. So now up front, James Kunkel in the 48. Logan Hagerman, Kyle Mays, Nick Mather, Carl Burke, top 5. The first guy to choose to come into pit is Mick Olafson, Will Witt, Todd Mays. They'll all come down. Probably going to take a set of tires. The 37 did get passed before the line, but he will take the wave around with a free pass for the number 37. So Derek Chaput back on the lead lap. He's going to have a shot here at the end of this one. So as we see him run right now, Zach McBride did not start. Keith Miller, he's back in 19th position, 2 laps down. Kyle Mays is up there. James Kunkel's in the lead. Josh Hall, he just had an incident. He's 2 laps down, 21st. Todd Mays, he's hit the wall a couple of times tonight, but he's still out there on the lead lap. Currently, let's see, the 25, he's 16th position. Logan Hagerman's in 2nd. Colin Williams is in 6th. So, very interesting as we get going. Let's see if we can catch a word with somebody. Let's see if we can get a word from Logan Hagerman. Hey, Logan, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you, man.
Hey, man, you come around. Looks like a green-white checker. What's it going to take to get it done here at the iRacing Superspeedway? Looks like kind of hard to get something going on the outside.
I'm going to have to get down to the bottom really quickly. So I'm hoping to squeeze between James and Kyle, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, we're rolling around this last lap. Looks like we've had a couple of playoff contenders who have had some incidents tonight, but you have kept it clean. You've maintained a top 2 position, so good luck going forward. Hopefully you can get it done. Looks like you're going to be able to start on the inside anyway.
Yeah, this is right where I want to be. So long as I get a good restart, I should be in a good position to win it.
All right, great job, Logan. Hopefully we'll be talking to you in a minute.
All right, thanks, man.
So we're getting ready to go green. Logan Hagerman, that's who we were just talking to in the number 7. James Kunkel is just in front of him. This is going to be an interesting restart. The 48 shows the outside lane. He will be the control car. Will he go late or will he go early? Pace car is off. At any time now, the 48 can go. And there he goes. Green flag for number 48. The 7 of Hagerman not going to be able to hang on to the quarter panel. The 16 of Nick Mather, he's going to get around to the 17. A great restart by everyone in the outside lane. Two laps to go. James Kunkel out front. Nick Mather second. And Logan Hagerman moves to the inside of Colin Williams. A great move by the number 7 of Logan Hagerman. And can he get another spot or two before they get back to the line? James Kunkel, he'll take the white flag. Final lap here in the Pelican Snowball Superspeedway Series at ISS. Nobody right now mounting a charge on the outside. Kunkel and Nick Mather first and second. Logan Hagerman trying to make a move. He's going to look to the inside. Mather now moves up. He's not got enough of a run. Does anybody have anything for James Kunkel as they come off turn 4? We're going to see the checker flag. Hagerman to the outside. He's going to side draft the 16. He's going to try and move into second spot. James Kunkel will win. Logan Hagerman in second, and Nick Mather, he'll come home third position. Fantastic finish. As cars go crashing behind these guys, everyone sliding sideways and wrecking. Steve Loving comes home 13th. Eddie Morris 12th. So James Kunkel, he'll be your winner. We're about to see some burnouts here. Logan Hagerman comes home second. Nick Mather third. Kyle Mays fourth spot. Colin Williams, he'll round out your top 5. So another fantastic finish for James Kunkel as he burns it down here at the iRacing Superspeedway. A huge burnout. That's what we like to see. We'll see if we can get a word from third place finisher. And that's the number 16, Nick Mather. Hey, Nick, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Sure do, man. How's it going?
Hey, doing good, man. You had a great race. You led a lot of laps out there. What did the race look like to you, and how was the racing out there? It looked like a lot of single file.
Yeah, man, you know what? I got to give my hat off to the guys that were helping me up there, Cody and Colin. I mean, there were some guys that were coming up behind us that were going to try and go for the lead, and they did a lot for me, that's for sure.
There on that last pit stop, looks like a couple of guys may have gotten out in front of you. Did you choose to take tires, or did you fill the car with fuel? What cost you a little bit of time in the pits?
Yeah, we took right sides, and I mean, it's pretty much the same amount of time to take the right side and fill it up, so we did that, but I always seem to have trouble getting out of the pit box right away. I think that's what helped me back.
Well, you come home with a great finish. Hopefully got a couple more chances to get a couple more good finishes, so good job tonight. You got anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, first of all, I got to thank my wife for letting me do this. Colin and Williams as well. He's always there with tech support and with racing tips. Cody's there as well. Thanks a lot to those guys. Thank you to Pelican Snowballs as well for putting this on, and you guys for doing the broadcast.
Well, thank you, man, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again. Great race tonight, buddy.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
You too. And that was third place finisher Nick Mather. Let's see if we get a word from second position Logan Hagerman and the number 7. Hey Logan, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Man, you had a good move off turn 4. You almost had it there at the end, go door to door with Nick Mather across the line, but just wasn't enough to get James Kunkel there for the win. What did you need to get the finish, and was it just this cup car holding you back?
I need to be in second to be in position to win it. I felt like I had that last restart there wasn't the best. I fell back to fourth. I was lucky enough to pass Colin with 2 to go, which put me in third. And then I was just waiting till the last lap, last corner to pull out. And I knew I probably wasn't going to get the win being in third, but I went for second and it was a really fun racing Nick to the line there.
Yeah, that was one heck of a move to get Colin on the inside. Were you juking him left and right, trying to get him to move up, or did he just leave enough room on the inside for you to stick your nose in there?
I tried to keep my car to the outside a bit, so he would think that I was going to maybe pull out, and then so he was running kind of off the bottom and gave me enough room. So as soon as he was out enough, I just pulled down to the bottom and took the position.
Well, fantastic run, and you should be looking pretty good for the playoffs. I know James Kunkel, he got the win, but a lot of guys had some trouble, so good job going forward. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight, Logan?
Yeah, I got to thank Grandma Hagerman for watching tonight. She already messaged me, so thanks for watching. Got to thank Pelican Snowballs for sponsoring the series, and thank you up in the booth.
Absolutely. Well, have a good one, Logan, and we'll be talking to you again, I'm sure.
Alrighty, thank you.
Have a good one. And that was Logan Hagerman, our second place finisher. Now on to race winner, the number 48, James Kunkel. Hey, James, this is Dakota in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, fantastic restart there at the end. I think you and the couple of guys that was behind you was in the same voice chat. Not sure if you worked together, but all three of you get in front of Logan Hagerman, and he was buried in the back, couldn't quite get back up to you, but great restart. What did your race look like out there tonight?
Eventful. I don't know what it looked like on the screen there, but the first 10, 20 laps, my internet was just really bad, and I was actually waiting to fall out, and I just knew it was going to be how the playoffs ended. But it got together, and yeah, me, Colin, and Nick all had a little play on that last restart, and it worked perfection, so I got to thank them.
Yeah, it was a great restart. There at the end, looks like you had a fantastic pit stop as Nick Mather was out in the front for a lot of this race, but there on the pit sequence, you get the lead. What was your pit stop? Did you take tires, or did you not take all the fuel you needed, just a couple of gallons?
Yeah, it was strictly just get enough gas to the end, no tires. Obviously, I knew if I could hold the bottom pretty good and just hopefully survive with the top 5, but obviously it worked even better than that, so really stoked, really excited. We're in the right time to get in the Final Four now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the clutch win, no doubt. So good job on the win. Congratulations. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
As always, I want to thank Dylan for putting all this on, Pelicans for all they do. I got a lot of people that watch this every week. First of all, they say you do a good job, so I want to thank all of them for watching. I appreciate them. Already getting some text messages, so that's cool. So just a good night.
Fantastic, man. Great job. We'll see you in the Final Four, running for a championship, buddy.
Look forward to it. Appreciate it.
Have a good one. And that's our race winner, James Kunkel. And as we move forward, we'll be back Saturday night with the SERL Truck Series, Sunday night with the SERL Cup Series. We appreciate everybody for stopping in. Great finish to James Kunkel, Logan Hagerman, Nick Mather, Kyle Mays, Colin Williams all come home with a top 5. Our biggest mover of the night was Carl Burke. He's in 6th position. He gained 16 positions in that number 53 car. So great job to everybody here tonight. We'll be back next Thursday night here in the Pelican Snowball Superspeedway Series. We appreciate everybody for tuning in, and we will see you all next time.